Hey guys, Ray from Love You RV and Boat. So just an update on this Bluetti box. It's the AC70, the compact unit. I reviewed it last winter and used it down when I was boondocking, and also all summer on the boat it came in handy. We mostly used it to charge things like phones and camera batteries, that sort of thing, all our rechargeable products. Just was a small compact unit that could sit on a shelf and make it easy for us. It's got a DC output here, kind of a power socket, 10 amp. You can charge it at up to 500 watts with DC or solar power. And also it has a 1000 watt inverter, and you can also charge it with AC power, I think up to 950 watts. Charge it to 90% in about 45 minutes. So it charges nice and quick, has an app. Nice display, so quite happy with it. Thumbs up on it. I thought I'd take an opportunity to pull it apart so we can actually see what's inside this thing. Remember, I took one Jackery box apart one time just to kind of see how they're built, so I thought I'd do that for you in case you're interested in buying one of these power boxes. At least you'll know how the build quality is inside, and you won't have to take it apart because that kind of voids warranties and stuff. It's also a little dangerous, so I don't advise people to do it, but I have a background in electronics, so I kind of have the confidence to pull things apart and put them back together without ruining them. Now, it looks like to me it's like a clamshell. I can see a seam going around the middle, and then on the bottom here we got 5 screw holes, so pull those screws out and see if the case will split apart. Okay, cover off. Came off pretty easy, like I say, 5 screws and it just slid off. Just to have some plastic protector here. I'll just take those screws out so we can peel that off, give you a closer look at the board in there and the components. Oh, I see, it looks like it's there to direct the air that gets drawn in through the fans there. There's a pair of fans on this side. They're quite quiet, and they seem to adjust with the speed adjustment for the amount of fan cooling that's required. Next, I got the front off. I said to undo this one wire here, and it actually just lifted straight out. There's a plug here and another plug here that goes into there, so that's pretty slick. Came apart pretty easily. I like when things are designed to be disassembled for service. Get a little more light on the subject here. So having a close look at the circuit board, everything looks really nice. You can see they've gone and put some kind of glue or goop around anything that might move, all in there. Everything looks good as far as the screws, really good quality screws. Here's the front portion. You can see there's a connector where it connects to the main board there. And then this is the board for the AC output terminals right there. So that's where they plug into the main board over here. So you've got your inverter and your chargers, all the different transistors and stuff that power that are on these big heat sinks. Some of the coils are at the back there. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I really like it. It's always a good sign of nice design where you don't have all kinds of wires and things that can, you know, cause failures. Everything is neat and tidy just on a couple boards. And then underneath is the battery pack. So they have lithium battery pack sitting underneath everything. And spin it around so you can see the other section here. Capacitors, 105-degree capacitors. A couple plugs here. These are for temperature control for the lithium. Probably high and low temperature cutoffs. I don't think I'll peel it right apart to get down into the lithium pack there. You can see there's some metal straps in there. And right here it says battery minus battery plus. Just kind of give you a quick look inside so you can kind of see what kind of quality build. I think it's pretty good, actually. Surprised what they can sell these items for when you see how much stuff is actually in there and how much it takes to build one of these things. So yeah, that looks like the BMS board sandwiched underneath this board right in there, battery management system. So if you needed to change that, it could be possible. If you needed to change the battery pack or the main board or service them, you could get them apart. You could have to take maybe around 10 screws out of this board, and then that board would pop off and you'd be able to access the BMS board underneath, and then eventually get down to the battery pack. I believe these are using lithium iron phosphate batteries, which are a nice battery to use in these because they're not as volatile as batteries that are like in phones and electric scooters and that sort of thing you see on TV always catching fire. These are a much safer type of battery chemistry. You can see over here there's a fuse, over here there's a fuse. So if you blew a fuse, you could get in there and maybe change it. But one thing that you may have to do, which is nice that it's easy to get the screws out, get the top off, is you may have to clean these fans, especially if you're in an environment that's really dusty. They'll eventually build dust on the vanes here, and it can reduce the cooling capacity because the fans don't draw as much air. So it's nice that just 5 screws gets you in there enough to give it a vacuum and clean those fans. Okay, back together. Give it a quick test here, make sure she's still working. Looks good. AC looks good. DC looks good. No error codes. So I hope you found that helpful if you're looking to purchase a power station like this. I'll link back to all my Bluetti reviews. I've read a few of the other boxes. They're AC200 and their AC300. That's their big kind of one that's aimed at more home backup. And also the AC240 we used this summer on the boat. It's their one that has weatherproofing on it, so I gave it a really good test. It was out in lots of rain and wind and performed really well. So overall, I have to give thumbs up to the Bluetti stuff. It's performed well for me. Also, yeah, I'll put a link in the description. Till next time, Ray from Love You RV and Boat. Cheers, everyone.